Hey folks, Quill18 here, bringing you some League of Legends. Well, it's a tutorial, it's not a commentary. One of the questions I've gotten a lot is questions about jungling, so we are going to do a jungling video today. And the first thing I want to show you is that basically anyone can jungle. So I've picked Soraka here. I've actually got no masteries, no ruins set up. So this is as plain as you can get. Soraka is not a physical powerhouse. And I'm going to see if I can get away without even taking any of her spells. We'll see how that works. I'm just going to take the sort of absolute standard, plain vanilla jungling item, which is a cloth armor, and we're going to follow that up with a bunch of health potions, and we'll see how that goes. Now, the only thing I've done is I've picked up Smite and Ignite, which I think you both get pretty early. I don't know what summoner level you actually have to be to get these two, but it happens pretty early. And so I just want to show off that basically any champion with cloth armor, health potions, and at least Smite, Ignite will certainly help, can jungle. And then after that, we're just going to look at what champions should jungle, what the point of jungling is, and all that kind of jazz. So I'm going to start down here with the double golem spawn. There's a couple of different strategies, or sort of orders that people use. A lot of people start with the blue buff, the blue golem up here. If you don't know what all the jungle camps are, that's the #1 thing. You need to know where everything spawns. This is the blue golem buff. These are wolves. These are wraiths. This is the red lizard buff, and here will be a pair of golems. And we're going to start with him over here. We're going to smite him. We'll ignite the other guy just to make life easier. I'm hitting my keys wrong. Try that some more. Gotta kill this guy. There we go. Oh, we'll see. We may get killed here. We're a little bit low. Alright, I'll pick up one spell. I picked up the heal, but really anyone with an attack spell should just grab that or something. And we should be able to finish this guy off. It's going to be a little bit close, though. We'll see how that goes. Another heal. Again, if I had a character that could actually deal damage, or if I had any masteries or anything whatsoever, I would not need this at all. Woohoo! Alright, so that was close, I'll admit. But I can jungle one camp with Soraka, and then I am out of health, but it's not the end of the world. I could come over here next. And you know what? We'll take out the wolves. Wolves are a very easy little camp. Again, the heal is not optimal. I'm healing here, but you're better off with someone who can do damage. We're just doing this just for laughs. See if we can take out another wolf. Looks like we can. Oh, we actually got our smite back up, so I'm going to smite the big guy. We've just leveled up. Smite the big guy and keep going. In fact, perhaps starting with the wolf camp would be even easier, because you can just smite the one wolf and he'll die right away. It's not like the golems. So at this point, I don't need a healing potion or my spells anymore. You know, you're leveling up, you're gaining strength, you can get some damage things, but no one jungles with Soraka. So that was just sort of, I don't know, a proof of concept video. That anyone can jungle with the right items, the right summoner spells. But now we're going to go and load up a different champion, one that's meant for jungling, and I'm actually going to have ruins and masteries on that guy. Where again, I had no masteries, no ruins on Soraka at all. So this is the bare minimum. Anyone can jungle. It's a little bit risky, and it's obviously not very fast. So we'll be... Alright, we're back, and now we're here with the king of the jungle, Warwick. He is the #1, sort of most iconic jungle character. More than anyone else. Lots of people can jungle, but when people think jungle, they think Warwick, and vice versa. Now, I'm going to take the same items as... Well, I'm going to take the same cloth armor as last time. But I'm actually going to take a sight ward, and then a couple of health potions. So first of all, why do we take the cloth armor? Well, and that all ties into the same question as what makes a good jungler. With jungling, as opposed to laning, you are always going to be taking damage. Okay, when you lane, if you do it right, you don't have to take any damage from minions in any way whatsoever. But in jungling, it's a race between you killing the enemy minion versus surviving yourself. So anything that allows you to kill faster or live longer will be a good idea. And so cloth armor helps you live longer, and in fact it actually tends to do better in the live longer versus kill faster equation than starting with something like maybe a longsword. The thing about it is that it helps you build a Madrid's Razors, which you can do either with a cloth armor or a longsword, and the cloth armor just works out better for this. We'll get into why the Madrid's armor is a good idea. Now, why did I buy a Vision Ward here? Well, one of the common things, and I don't know, that's probably not even the best place to put it, one of the things that happens a lot once you get into higher level play is if there's a Warwick on a team, everyone's going to assume the Warwick is going to jungle, especially if they've got Smite, which I do. That's definite. Okay, that's clearly a jungle character. So if they are smart, they will organize, and let's go ahead and get this started here. They will start to gank you. They'll come over here and try to kill you while you do your little jungle thing. And so so you can put down a ward to protect yourself. And again, that may not be the smartest place because maybe they'll already be there by the time you get there, so they'll just get killed. Maybe you'll put it here. Maybe you'll put it in the brush behind you. Either thing is fine. Obviously, this time I'm not even concentrating that much. And the important thing to see is I didn't use a potion just in case. But frankly, I didn't need to use any summoner spells. I didn't need to use that potion. I would have survived just fine. And that shows you the big difference between Soraka and Warwick, because this creep mob is a lot harder than the 2 golem spawn. And I had to use everything on Soraka. I've just leveled up. That's great. I'm going to pick up Hunter's Call. So what makes Warwick specifically so good? Obviously, he does a lot of damage. But he also, his passive is every time he hits someone, he gains 5 health. And the amount stacks with each consecutive health hit. So it's 5 health, 10 health, then finally I think it caps at 15 health per attack. He just regains. So every time he hits, he gains a little bit of health. And actually, right now, I'm hitting so quickly versus the amount of damage that Big Wolf is doing. I ended that fight at full health, basically. Well, he hit me one more extra time, but I kept hitting 722 full health. So Warwick is so good at jungling because he, may as well, well, I don't know, just use this. He's so good at jungling because he can regain health so fast, and he ends up not dying, but not only that, he gets longevity, because he doesn't run out of juice, he doesn't have to go back home to heal at any point. That's partially because of his passive. Also, his Q ability is Hungering Strike. It just does a certain amount of damage, and it heals you for that much damage. So I'm going to put some more points in Hungering Strike, because it seems like a good idea. Now we'll go after the Lizard. The Lizard hits quite a bit, so I'm going to go ahead and unleash all my, my Smite on him. Does a lot of damage. Now, I actually don't even have the optimal Warwick setup here for jungling. Okay, the ultimate Warwick setup for jungling would be full speed ruins. Every mark, seal, glyph, and quintessence would give you attack speed. I think it ends up being about 38% attack speed, because then you deal damage much faster, but attack speed is so good on Warwick because it improves his the effect of his passive. In fact, his W gives him a big attack speed bonus as well. Like I said, it's possible that full attack speed ruins is not the optimal choice for Warwick to do to be as good just in general, you know, ganking or this or that. I'm just using my standard build right here, which for a physical character, which is armor penetration, marks, health quintessence, mana regen yellows, and cooldown reduction blues. It's just my standard build. It's not anything special. I've come in here to just to lane here because I've actually run out of stuff to kill in the jungle. There's a couple of different things you can do at that point, and it brings me to a very, very important point. What is the value of a jungling character? Well, there's sort of 2 aspects to it. One is you are turning one of your lanes, let's say the bottom lane, from a 2v2 lane into a 2v1 lane. As long as you've got someone on your team who can handle a 1 versus 2 situation perfectly fine, well, that character is going to level up quite a bit faster, because that character is going to get twice as much XP, because he's going to get all the XP from all the kills. Meanwhile, as a jungler, you're going to basically get as much XP as you would have normally. And so what it means is your team effectively gets, I don't know, 6 characters worth of XP instead of only 5 characters worth of XP. That's very strong. But that is not the actual value of a jungler. The actual value of a jungler is in having someone who can gank all the time. Think about it. The whole time you're jungling, no one knows where the hell you are, and you could pop out on any lane at any time. Look at Soraka. She's actually having a hard time holding her lane. It's the only bot. I just put one bot in the game, just so that there would be one. What was I saying? Yeah, you could jump out on any lane at any time and kill someone with a gank. And that is something you absolutely have to do. If you are not doing that as a jungler, if you're not ganking whenever the opportunity presents itself, you are failing as a jungler. It doesn't matter how fast you're killing things, or whatever. I guess I could even go onto the other side and steal some of their buffs. This is a really dangerous thing to do in a live game, because, you know, people might come in and gank you while you're in there. You need really, really, really good map awareness. It's a little less of an issue if you're against lower level players, but higher level players, this is almost guaranteed to be a bad idea. Plus, a good high level character will leave their lane from time to time and just go after these neutral buffs. So with Warwick, one of the questions is, when do you come out and gank? Well, one good idea is whenever you're out of mobs in your, you know, on your side of the jungle, if you've run out of things to kill, well, that's a good time to go and try to gank someone. Also, you need really good map awareness. That's incredibly as important as a jungler. You always have to be checking the minimap. Where is everyone? Where is everyone? Where is everyone? Because if they disappear at any point, there's a good chance they're coming for you. Okay? Or at least it's possible that they're coming for you. In which case, you have to make sure that you're in a safe spot. You can't afford to keep yourself exposed. So you need the map awareness. But the other thing is, if let's say Soraka's about to do it now, she's going to push this lane. She's going to be on the opposite side of the river, so she is going to be extremely vulnerable. I'm going to kill the lizard here. I'm actually going to leave these two lizards there, which is a good idea to do in a real game, because this is not my lizard. This is the enemy team's lizard, so that will prevent them from the lizard from respawning. So they're going to go there at one point to get the red buff. It won't be there. They'll have to kill the minions and then come back later. So I'm going to kill Soraka here. I'm just going to walk in and kill her the hard way. But really what you would want to do normally is use your ultimate to jump in on her as a surprise. And that's it. I mean, think about that. How often does that happen in a real game? One of the lanes get pushed, especially say the 2 versus 1 lane. Might not be able to keep the lane going, so they're going to get pushed back to their tower. So you're going to come in back here as Warwick. You're going to come in behind them. You're going to use your ultimate. So once you hit level 6, and basically the rule of thumb is, once you're level 6, every single time your ultimate is up, gank someone. And you know what? You'll probably get a kill every time that happens. That is your #1 job. Even if you don't do anything else fancy, you know, maybe you're still a low-level player, you're still learning the game. You're playing Warwick, every time the cooldown on your ultimate is up, go and try to kill someone. Make sure to ping ahead of time. You know, it's like Soraka is pushing here, or, you know, you ping her, or you ping the lane, you say something like coming to gank top, or on my way top, or something like that, and then you go and try to kill someone. And that is really, really important, because then, A, you've gotten yourself or one of your teammates a bunch of bonus XP for killing a champion. You've gotten a bunch of extra gold. And they're dead for a little while, so they don't get any XP, they don't get any gold. Plus, sometimes, depending who's in the lane, what level everyone is, sometimes getting those kills off and clearing a lane is enough for you to push and take out a tower. And that's what the gank is. It's super important. If you're not doing that, it's no good. The natural progression in terms of items on someone like Warwick is, yeah, to pick up that Madred's Razors. Very good item in a lot of ways. One, it builds on items that you kind of want to get as a jungler anyway. 2, it builds into the super awesome Madred's Blood Razor later on, but for now it gives you a 15% chance to deal an extra 500 damage to a minion every time you attack. Clearly, very, very, very strong, because it'll help you jungle a lot faster. And later on it turns into an amazing tool to kill champions, even tanks and things like that. The other big question I want to get is what kind of boots. This is pretty much the same as always. Always the same question. You know, different boots for different situations. Sometimes, look at Soraka all the way down here. Stupid bots. You know, yeah. Sometimes you want a Ninja Tabby. Sometimes you might want a Merc Treads. Berserker Greaves would increase your damage, but I don't think I'm going to recommend it. I think if there's not a clear need for Ninja Tabby, which if the enemy team is all physical, that'll be good. It will help you jungle as well, but it's not a huge priority. At this point, you're jungling, you're fine. You're laughing. You don't need any help jungling. Boots of Mobility, actually really, really good. Helps you get from jungle mob to jungle mob very quickly. And Boots of Mobility are always good if you're playing a ganking type character. Because as a ganking type character, you want to be able to move from lane to lane very quickly and pull off that gank. It doesn't help you chase things down as quickly as a Boots of Swiftness, but you don't generally need that as much on Warwick. For